this was definitely my partner in crime's idea, but something I echo completely. My name is Marc Kasten, and I'm over at Rockford Academy as the Jewish Foundation of Cincinnati Fellow there.
And I am Jessica Rosenthal, and I'm the Jewish Foundation Fellow at the Cincinnati Jewish Federation. And one of the things that we're doing today is looking at what our organizations have in common. And so education was a natural connection for us. So we had a great, long, in-depth conversation about education, and we kind of came to the consensus of a particular big idea, or what I like to call enduring understanding, that the ideal educational experience rests in between the tension of our individual and communal goals. And this is something that's kind of come up in my work and in Marc's work, but we're going to explore it today in a conversational format. So what are some individual goals of things that you would like to learn in the Jewish community today?
We should have a rabbinical school here in Cincinnati.
I approve of that. And in fact, I may bring you someone. Are there other ideas? Are there other subjects, perhaps, that people might be interested in study? Or
we should have cantorial presence here. We're asked.
I support that as well.
We need to have a good day school here.
Ah, good answer, good answer. Plan. So far we have kind of been focusing on kind of larger programmatical kinds of things or institutions. Are there any subjects that people are looking to study or interested in learning more about? Okay. That's fine.
I can understand. I'm kind of studied out too right now. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to now shift the focus. I like to call this my selfish list. This is what I want in a Jewish community. It might be what you want or what you want, right? But were we instead to have the role of CEO of Jewish Cincinnati? There is no such person, but were there such a person? If you were that person, we're going to now turn to some communal things. What would the, I don't know, top 3 institutions or programs be in Cincinnati in order for us to have a strong Jewish educational experience here for all ages, for all times?
And for those of you who work in the community, think of it as Cincinnati 2020 Jewish destination. What makes this place a Jewish destination?
So what we're going to do is we're going to take a moment and brainstorm on that individually for a second. And instead of asking right now, what I'd rather you do is to turn to somebody who you haven't had a long conversation with before and talk about it with them. Let's see if you can come up with 3 things that this Jewish community or your ideal Jewish community
You're going to have to take a look.
This could be a group.
We know each other so well, right?
Also, we're kind of on the same. So I'll just say,
So do I think
that I think is often very key to this organization, whether it's music, art, dance, dance.
We have a cultural expert in the Mayor's and JCC.
Yeah.
More
of that, yeah.
The thing that bridges over.
Yeah, that's the thing that we noticed in the same quality of content is explicitly Jewish. I've never had this great science at Jewish and gives you still a chance to talk about it. So concepts that come out of some negative ways. Goes on.
Right.
Yeah, I think we talked about just critical mass.
Aims true.
Thinking about well, I mean,
So now I'm going to pull you back. This is actually the hardest part of the session. I'm going to ask that we turn back. Now we've been talking about community, so let's do this as a community. Hopefully, in your groups, 2s or 3s, you got an idea of your top 3. I want to try to put up, I don't know, your top 1. What is something that an ideal Jewish community, or if we want to make Cincinnati our ideal Cincinnati?
Jewish destination.
Jewish destination, better language, consistent language, right? What do we need in terms of Jewish education? So I'm actually going to start, first off, just so you know, I got to hear a lot of really cool things. So I know we're not going to get to share all of them, but I'd love to hear some.
We said whether it be supplemental, good Hebrew, good religious school, good day school, all of which has to be really solid and affordable.
So I want to make sure I got you. Affordable childhood Jewish education. Is that what I heard you say?
Yes.
That's actually one of the Cincinnati bullets. Offer first-rate affordable Jewish education.
Yep, I agree with that.
Okay.
Children's basic things like preschool, I would go beyond that.
Okay.
We need to keep them in the high school. I would go beyond it.
So we'll say early childhood
We
through
lose kids at 8th grade. we
12th
lost
grade?
them. Yeah.
Sixth grade.
I think adults need that too.
Damn straight.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So what do you?
Lifelong.
So Lainey, go ahead. What do you mean by
So I
that?
would say lifelong.
Okay. Anything more specific
Why
or
are
just
them so many next to me?
lifelong? Lifelong learning, right? That's our catchphrase.
I would add to that, I think it's important to have conflict education.
In what
It's
way?
like family education, in the sense that you have parents and children learning together. So, I mean, this is something that we do together as a family. Doesn't mean they always have to be in the same room doing the same thing, but, yeah.
Okay. Nice. Did you guys come?
Yeah, we were looking at it on a very broad level and talking more about the importance of having, a committed group of individuals who really buy in to whatever whether it's these different schools that you're trying to build and to form, but having those people on the ground and really supporting it is
A supportive group that feels like this has value.
This is very vague and I don't have the answer, but a real sense of Jewish community that will not just bring people here, but keep them here.
And that should be issued critical mass.
Definitely.
Which is huge.
And have the numbers. Definitely.
So which one's more important?
Yeah, right.
All of which
Clearly, they are all important, and that's why we kind of settled on something that kind of got the tension between the two. And as we've kind of discovered through our various work at our various institutions, sometimes there's a bigger pull towards the individual side, and sometimes there's a bigger pull towards the communal side. And we see a lot of younger folks being interested in individual exploration. But that doesn't mean that in the future it won't change. And so we look to you as Jewish leaders and members of our community to help us continue this dialogue and to kind of wrestle with us in this kind of question and to decide what it might mean to truly have a Jewish destination. So we look forward to starting the conversation, but also hearing your thoughts in the future.
And so what we're going to do is, after you've gone through all 4 groups, we'll have this and we'll have our blue board back in the auditorium. So if you say, what were these questions that she had down? I didn't see any questions. That you'll have the opportunity to actually see what it is we were thinking about and what the values of the different organizations we work for are. So thank you very much. And we hope that the conversation is just a spark toward more conversation.
Thank you. We will now move our sales pitch.
I'm Colonel Dog. This is Major Pony.
Invest in us.
The show moves on.